of all ages. So we'll give it a couple seconds. Obviously, going down the road so that this works. Let's just hope that this works, because I'm not doing this a third time. Not doing it a third time. Wait just a little bit. Wait just a little bit. All right, I see some stuff popping. So, all right, may or may not lose service along this drive, but I will reconnect. So if that happens, just refresh, stick with me. This will be a 15, 20-minute video, if that. The title, Changing Companies. Again, I am not talking about myself. I'm not changing companies. And I'm not talking about RVT, who is apparently changing companies for the 15th time in the last 15 months or whatever it is. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, share the video out, go post it to your Facebooks, go post it to your Twitters, your Twitches, your Instagrams, your YouTubes, your comment threads. Put it everywhere, because this is going to be some valuable information that is free, that you do not have to pay for. Okay? Now, there are a lot of trucking companies out there, and right now, the time in the market is changing. It has been changing. Since I came off the road with my previous company, I watched the spot market decline. I watched people jump ship. I watched people lose their ass, all because rates, and they were at the mercy of the spot market. I used to really support the spot market. I used to really say the spot market was the place to go. I used to really say that it was absolute freedom, which it is. But you're at the mercy of it. You're at the mercy of the spot market. So what do? You want to lease a truck, you want to be an owner operator, all these things that you still want to do, you still want to accomplish, but you want to do it without putting one foot in the grave. The idea is this. You find a good company, you tell people about it, and that's what I've done over the years. When I worked places, I've told people where I worked and how it is and what I liked about it and all that kind of stuff. And I've done a lot of research on other companies that I never worked for, because somebody would ask me about them. Somebody would say, "What do you know about this company?" And I never really shared information about those companies, because I didn't work there, and I didn't really think that it was. That's fine, because you're worried about getting from A to B and not hitting shit, not wrecking, not not messing stuff up. You're worried about getting from A to B, so you don't do your research. Well, there's people on YouTube who do the research, who do have experience at different companies, who do know what is going on in the industry. And I've been looking around. Listen, here's the thing. You should never, ever have to pay to work at a company. All right? If you are an owner-operator, if you're an owner-operator and you have to pay to lease your truck onto somewhere, that's probably not the place you want to be. Okay? It's probably not the place you want to be. If you have to pay any amount of money to lease onto a company, you should never, ever have to pay to work somewhere. You're going to that company to make money for yourself. In turn, you will make money for the owner or the people that are, hold shares or whatever, however the company's structured. You're going to make money for them. Okay? So you should never have to pay to go work. You shouldn't have to pay deposits. You shouldn't have to pay this and that. Some of these companies where you go and lease, you got to pay direct deposit fees. You got to pay, all this. You shouldn't have to pay that crap. Why are you paying a fee for a wire transfer? If a wire transfer is costing somebody money, it should be costing the bank money, not the person that's doing it. I'm storing money at this bank, or this bank is storing my money. I shouldn't have to pay no freaking fee. Shouldn't have to do it. You shouldn't have to do it. And here's the thing. If you're leasing a truck, if you're looking to lease a truck, there are some really good places out there to lease trucks. Okay, but remember, okay, a lease comes with strings. They all do. But you got to look at it. Find the one with the least amount of strings. Find the one with the best deal for you. And in this market, you should be able to set your terms. You shouldn't have to put any money down to lease a truck at a carrier. You shouldn't have to do it. You should be able to, just like you can march into Prime or wherever, Night or whatever it is, and you can lease a truck right there. That's the way it should be. You shouldn't have to put, 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 or whatever it is, unless you're doing it through like a Lone Mountain situation, something like that. Unless you're looking for it like that, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at that, because a lot of times you pay deposits on different things, you end up not getting those back, and companies will say, well, we'll give you your deposit back, blah blah blah, and we'll give you, but you don't. It's like renting a house. You pay a deposit, you might put $1,000 deposit down. When it comes time to it, you get 600 back or whatever it is, because we'd have the carpet scrubbed, whatever the case may be. That's not the way it should be. You shouldn't have to be putting deposits down to do any of that kind of shit. No reason for it. So, like I was saying, I've looked at a lot of different companies over the years, and some of the major carriers are garbage. They're just garbage. You are an ass in a seat. You're a truck number. You're just eyes, hands, and feet. Holding the steering wheel, going down the freaking highway. And one company I'd never really looked into, to be honest with you, was Crete or Schaefer. Now, I've watched a lot of the coaches' recent content about Crete Schaefer, that whole deal they got going on over there. Listen, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like they've got their shit together, that they're pretty stable. I mean, if they weren't stable, let's look at it this way. If they weren't stable, if they didn't have their stuff together, would the coach be putting his name on it? Would he be going back over there? Because he was there before, if you remember. You know, um, if that's the case, it's got to be a pretty good place. So if you guys that are looking for a company, go look into all of them. But the coach is putting out information on Crete right now. He's got his Facebook group. You guys can send him a message. Say, hey, Dawg was talking about this, or I heard on YouTube about this, blah, blah, blah. What's the deal with Crete? Or I'm sure they got a website or whatever. But, ask Coach. He's worked there. He had his truck leased on there. He's taking his truck back over there. There's got to be some really good things about it if he's going back again. You know what I mean? If he's going back again, hit the thumbs up button, people. Subscribe, comment, share the video, all that kind of stuff. Share it out there. But you shouldn't have to be paying to go to work somewhere. You shouldn't have to be getting nickel and dimed on different things like direct deposit fees, ELD fees, fucking paperclip fees, staple fees. There shouldn't be any charge for taking an advance off your fuel card. There shouldn't be. There's a lot of things. That's the ideal company. Now, there's going to be companies out there that do some of that stuff, and maybe you should be able to put up with it, right? You should be able to put up with it. But you got to make sure that. And these companies that lease trucks, let's be real here. Revolving door lease trucks is what they are, because someone ditches a truck, the company recovers it, they pay fucking Bobby. Bobby goes out there, they take the truck to Bobby's house. Bobby sprays a gallon of Armor All on the inside. They hang a freaking evergreen air freshener in the sleeper, maybe a little spritz of Lysol, and they put it back in the lineup for you to choose from. There are a lot of companies out there to do that. Most companies probably do that. There are probably some companies out there that don't, thank God. I'm pretty sure a lot of companies do that kind of stuff. There are probably very few who actually take the truck, do any necessary maintenance, repairs to the truck, the trailer, etc., before they put it back in the lineup. Most of them probably spritz a little Armor All, a little air freshener, and hey, it's ready for the next guy. It's ready for the next guy. So make sure that you're doing your research before you go to the. Listen, how many times have people told you when you're looking for a new company, ask somebody that's been there and left? that company. Because if someone tells you, I worked for blah, 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 and I left, it was on good terms, they're a great place, and they just needed a change, they just went maybe to a local job. Maybe they went to, instead of reefer, they wanted to do dry van, or instead of van, they went to flatbed or tanker or whatever. That's a reason to leave. And if the person still has a really good opinion of the place that they came from or that they left, then it's probably an okay company to be at. Now, if you go to and you're looking at a company that go down the truck stop, drivers are pretty much blunt individuals. They'll tell you. So do your research. It's very easy. It's very easy. Like I'm saying, you look at this Crete Schaefer deal. I don't know too much about that company, but I trust the coach. If he was there, left, did his own thing, yada yada, and now he's going back. Listen, you don't put your hand in a vise, crank that shit down till you break all the bones in your hand, and you get it healed up, and then you go back and do it again. You just don't do that unless you're a moron. I don't think the coach is a moron. I'm pretty sure you folks don't either. So look into this Crete Schaefer thing. Send coach a message. I don't know. I think it's like thetruckerscoach@gmail.com. I think is his email. Send him an email. Send him an email or send him a message on his Facebook group. Ask him about it. You know what I'm saying? Ask him about it and go from there. Go from there. I mean, that's the thing. If you've got, and I don't work for Crete. I've never worked for Crete, but I trust coach. I really do. And I've looked at a lot of companies, and I'll be honest, Crete is one of the ones I've never heard some bad shit about. I never have. I've never heard horrible shit about Crete or Schaefer. I mean, you hear bad stuff about England and Western Express and Swift, of course, and Warner and Schneider. You've got all these horror stories from a lot of those companies. Never Crete. I've heard horror stories from Landstar and Night Transportation and all those other, but never Crete. I've never really have. So look into it. Ask coach if you're interested. Tell him, what's this bullshit Lil Dawg was talking about? You're going back to this company. I can't believe it. Tell me the details type shit. But do your research. Dude, and I'm going to summarize this. Hopefully coach can go live and elaborate on what I'm talking about following this video. I don't know if he's in here watching, but coach, if you are, go live on End Mind. Talk about this. You know, people paying to go to work for companies, paying for bullshit fees, being nickeled and dimed out there for electronic funds transfers, for ELD fees, for ELD deposits, for all these kind of things. Because from my understanding, when I talked to coach, when he was running Jarhead, there was no ELD fee. There was no electronic transfer charge. None of that kind of stuff. So if coach, who had, 3 trucks, 4 trucks on his authority or whatever it was, if he could do it for no cost, why can't somebody with, 100 trucks or 150 or whatever? And another thing, let me bring this up as I close. When you're doing your research on your companies, look at their history. Okay, look at their history. Look at how many trucks they had, whether they've gained trucks or lost trucks over the last year and a half. That will tell you a lot. If you see a company that has the capacity that they have, their fleet size, their power units, if it has decreased by 25%, 50%, 30%, whatever it is, if it's decreased a lot, now maybe it has decreased because they're cutting out old equipment, whatever the case may be, that will change the power unit count at the company. But if they are changing that, then here's the deal. There might be a problem. There might be a problem. If there are tons of people fleeing a company, there might be a problem. Just might be a problem. So, guys, I appreciate you joining in. Please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, share this video. It's free information, no charge. This is the kind of stuff that people need, okay? Now, do me a favor, Coach, I don't know if you're in here, go live, talk about some of this. You can elaborate on it. I don't really got the time to do that right now. I know you might have a little bit of time available before you close out your evening. Go live, talk about some of this stuff. But just, ladies and gentlemen, do your research. Look for reliable sources. watch their if they've lost 50% of their trucks in the last year, there's a fucking problem. If people are coming and going really fast, there's a problem. If people are saying I was at this company and I'm going back, then you might have found a really good joint to go. You know, you might find a really good joint to go to. So I appreciate it. Like I said, like it, share it, subscribe it, ring the bell, all that kind of stuff. Check out the coach. He's got the information on Crete. He could tell you about the stuff that they're offering. You know, Trucking with Selena there at Landstar, they could tell you about stuff that they're offering. I mean, all these different great places. So um, everybody, please be safe. I'll talk to you later. Do your research. New guys, make lateral moves. Don't go backwards. Don't have 15 jobs in 15 months. If you've left a comment, I know that I didn't read it. I know that I didn't respond. I do apologize. Um, leave it in the posted video below, or send me an email, or follow me on Instagram. Those links are in the description. Follow me on Instagram. I've posted some stuff on Instagram TV, and I'm going to be putting some dedicated content over there that you don't have to pay for like you do on Patreon. It'll just be straight Instagram TV content. Everybody be safe. Coach, go live. I want to hear what you got to say about some of the things that I said. Milkman Trucker, Lil Dawg Trucker,